Hello there, hi, welcome back. Today we are talking about beauty basics, specifically concealer, because I want to help you feel more comfortable and confident with makeup. So, what is concealer? Concealer is going to cover your skin imperfections. It's typically a more high coverage, usually thicker in texture. And so we think about dark circles, hyperpigmentation, and skin imperfections. It's going to help you out there. Concealer is important because it's going to allow you to control the placement and the coverage of areas that maybe need a little bit more TLC. It's really important to look for a concealer that is crease resistant. We definitely don't want anything settling into any fine lines or wrinkles. Also, full coverage does not mean cakey, so formulas really matter here. We talked about color correcting concealers. How is that different than concealer? Do we need to use one or the other? Can we use both? These are a lot of questions that I hear. I use both, and I recommend using both, especially if you have unwanted pigments that you want to correct. Why does concealer exist if we have color correcting concealer? Well, a lot of times, there seems to be like a high barrier of entry for color correcting concealers. It feels a little bit overwhelming, but we kind of talked through that, right? In the previous video, I hope that I settled some qualms about that and helped you feel more comfortable and confident regarding color theory and color correcting concealers. But this is just like a nice, easy go-to, right? Just like regular old concealers, lower barrier of entry. Sometimes people off the bat just feel more comfortable and confident getting these. And even though I used color correcting concealer, I use my concealer sometimes to just start to highlight and brighten and bring forward some of the things that I would like to. Makeup, we can kind of be illusionist here and construct our face shape the way that we want it. And concealer is a nice cream step that I use to start to make that process happen while we're in the cream stages. So let's talk about that just real quick. We want to do all of our creams first, set it with a powder, and then we can do all of our powder things. So while we're in the cream stages, that's where I bring in my concealer. When you are selecting a concealer, you want to get it as close to your skin tone as possible or one shade lighter. I tend to go a little bit lighter because, like I said, for the highlighting, brightening, and bringing forward. And how I apply my concealer is my same trusty concealer brush that I have used in previous steps. It's kind of wide from the front and dense bristles, and then when you turn it to the side, it's much skinnier. I'm using a custom concealer that I made myself so that I can infuse it with some skin treatments. And I just pick some up on the brush, and I'm going to dab it on rather than swiping, right? So dabbing is going to keep us with more full coverage. Swiping is going to remove product. So when I think about constructing my face, I definitely want to do some under eye. I like to brighten up here at the center of my forehead, the bridge of my nose, my chin, above my Cupid's bow. And let's just start to dab this out. Brighten up all of these areas. So we already warmed up and color corrected my under eye using the color correcting concealer earlier. And now we're going to brighten and bring that forward. Actually need, I think, just a smidge more product there. I turn my brush sideways when I go down the bridge of my nose because I want a nice thin line. All right, an additional coverage for areas that need TLC. There's a couple of spots. Now that I apply that with a brush, you can go ahead and blend that out with the brush as well. Again, I use the patting motion to blend that out. Give it a nice little seamless transition. You can also use a sponge at this point. So we have a, makeup sponge that we've been using to complete this look. But it was clean before I started using it. One of the things I've been trying to remind myself is to relax your forehead when you are applying product. I tend to like always have my eyebrows raised, and it just, it creates these ridges, and then I'm patting makeup into the ridges. It's so counterproductive. So relax your forehead. Relax. So what are my recommendations for your concealer? I prefer a custom concealer. Like I said, I can add in my own skin treatments. They do have them in just regular pots that you can buy pre-made. And they have, like a long wear wand, more liquid situation as well. So I think it just boils down to personal preference. What do you currently use? What do you love about it? We have equivalents for that as well. So it's all motives always over here. I love working with that brand, and all the links to everything are down below in the description with a juicy little promo code for you to get started with spending less money. This video was designed with the absolute basics in mind and kind of answering those most frequently asked questions that I get from my clients over the years and on a daily basis. If you feel that you're not 100% clear, or if you have an additional question, please feel free to leave a comment below. I will get back to you by typing a response and probably incorporate that into a future video. If this worked for you, please let me know in the comments if this was helpful and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. This video is just one of 14 videos in my Beauty Basics series, so head to the playlist link above, right up in that corner right there, if you want some more information and educational resources so that you can feel more comfortable and confident with your makeup. Makeup is fun, makeup is for everyone, so now it's on you. Go have some fun, try something new. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.